Maher and Asma and Zbeida. I've been to many events recently, and I would have never expected the welcome I have had here in Tunis. It has been amazing. So thank you guys. Okay, so we don't have much time. I will try to make this very straightforward. First of all, I'll introduce myself and tell you a bit of my experiences as an entrepreneur. Then I'll talk a bit about Geeksphone, which is my current company and the current project I'm working on. And finally, I'll end up with some advice for those of you that are thinking about starting a new project or a new company. And I think that will be useful for you. So, first of all, who am I? I'm Javier Aguera, I'm 19 years old, and I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm based in Madrid, Spain, which is not the best place in the world to start a company, but it's sunny, like in Tunis, and nightlife is awesome. So, I have created so far 4 companies. The 2 first of them were projects. The third one, which is Geeksphone, was incorporated and have been operating for 3 years. And there's a new project I'm working on at the moment. On my spare time, I also studied telecommunications engineering in Madrid. And finally, a few weeks ago, I have been highlighted by the MIT as one of the top innovators, young innovators in Spain. Okay, so what I have learned in all these short years of experience can be summarized in what I have called the success equation, which is a very simple formula that comprises all the elements that take part in success, or most of them. The equation says attitude plus talent minus circumstances equals to success. What does this mean? Attitude means passion. If you're going to develop an application or you're going to start a new company, it's going to be a hard way. I mean, it's not easy. And without passion and energy, you're not going to do it till the end. What talent means? Talent means deep knowledge of what you are doing, deep knowledge of your field. Of course, if you don't have both things at the same time, you can go nowhere. Why there says minus circumstances? It says minus circumstances because people tend to think that circumstances are very important, and they're not. Even if you start a company in the Silicon Valley, where the ecosystem for entrepreneurs is great, and you start with a lot of money, you will probably not reach success ever. You need to start from scratch with barely any resource and learn by yourself everything from the start. Even if the surrounding around you is not the best, you can use that as an opportunity. For us, in Spain is not a good ecosystem for starting a company. But the fact of being just a few entrepreneurs gains a lot of attention from the people, and in the end we can turn that disadvantage into an advantage. So negative circumstances can become opportunities, and it's very important to take notice of that. Some people will say, okay, and luck? What about luck? Where's luck in all the equation? Luck is important, but you can achieve success without luck, and you can be the luckiest person in the world and have a lot of lucky opportunities, but if you don't have attitude and talent, you will lead to nowhere. Okay, talking more about Geeksphone, my current project. What is Geeksphone? What do we do? It's very simple. We make applications, but it's not our main field. What we make is mobile phones. We're a mobile phone maker. We were the first, one of the first companies in the world to embrace the Android operating system, and we were the first European brand to launch an Android smartphone to the market in 2010. Why smartphones and why Android? Well, it all started with a picture. My business partner, Rodrigo Silva, and me didn't meet at that time, but this happened at the end of 2008. There's an important prize in Spain, which is the Prince of Asturias Prize, which is the highest recognition the royal family in Spain gives to people from outside Spain. And this time, in 2008, the Communications Prize was given to Google. So Larry Page, the CEO of Google, came to Spain with long hair and a suit that didn't fit him. And suddenly, in the TV, you see him, and instead of giving to the Prince of Spain a business card, he Oh, sorry. Now you... Oh, okay. Much better. Okay, we'll stay like that. Okay. Oh, okay, much better now. Sorry. So instead of giving him a business card, he put his hand on his wallet and took a phone and gave a phone. At that moment, we realized, okay, if the person that rules the internet world is using a mobile phone as his business card, it means that Android is going to be a very important element of his company's strategy in the future. So we decided to start something around Android. At that moment, there weren't many Android devices because not many companies trusted Android, and we decided to go for that. Sometime later, this last year, numbers proved us right. Android is now the most sold operating system in the world in terms of new purchases. And the fact of being one of the very first companies to notice this gave us a lot of experience. And now we're very well positioned for this task. What summarizes Geeks from Philosophy is this sentence. We believe that markets have become conversations. With social media, everybody, all the actors in the ecosystem are talking with each other constantly. But big corporate players, big brands like HTC, Samsung, or the rest of players only like to speak. They do not hear what happens in the community. So we created Geeks from around a community of users, and the users are able to have an impact on the devices that we make. And we believe this is the way for the future. Because everything is changing so fastly, and if we do not talk to each other and know what the real user in the street needs, we can never be on par with that. We have launched 2 Android smartphones to the market, the first one at the early 2010, the Geeks Phone 1, and the Geeks Phone 0 in April, a few months ago. We characterize our company because we are very developer friendly. We support the local ecosystem. We have many features that developers like root access or specific programs for them. We also have some applications in the Android market for anyone who wants to use them. And one important thing, this can only be done with a great team. When you start a new company, please focus on what you know how to do. If you don't know how to do something, if you're not good at marketing or if you're not good at creating websites, go find someone who is very good at that one and join and make a team with him. It's very important to rely on people that are good at what they're doing. Finally, and to end this short talk, I would like to share some sentences or some advices that I would like to have had when I was starting 4 years ago in this world of entrepreneurship. First of all, it requires a lot of effort. It is not easy, as I have said before. But said that, it's extremely rewarding. I mean, the fact of doing something by yourself, the fact of making an application and suddenly seeing that it has an impact on other people's lives and people start downloading it and people start using what you have created is extremely rewarding. It's not easy. The way is not easy, but things like this, things that knowing that you're making an impact, give you energy to continue your way. Secondly, in Spain, people reject failure. If you fail at doing something, then you have failed for your life. Please do not fear failure. Failure exists. It exists in real life and it exists in business. 9 out of 10 companies, startup companies, fail. And before having success, it's important to have failed many times because you know what happens when you fail and you try to improve from that onwards. Third, this one is very important and people try to not pay attention to this. What innovation means? Innovation means 2 things that come together. Invention and commercialization. Having an idea to invent something is quite easy and quite common. Being able to create a business plan around it and making it sustainable with time and make money to sustain the company and keep improving it is not so easy. So please, when you're making a piece of software, when you're developing something or when you're starting a company, keep in mind the business part of it because it's important and without that the development is not going to work. And finally, if I have been able to do this, you can too. I mean, you can perfectly start a new company or start developing if I have been able to do that. The internet world connects us, and it's no longer important if you're based in London, if you're based in Shenzhen, or if you're based here in Tunis. It no longer matters, and the knowledge is in the net. The knowledge is in the cloud. So you're as competitive as a person in San Francisco or wherever. So you have the opportunity. Please use it. It's the time now to start developing, to start creating new businesses, to start being an entrepreneur. You have a lot of opportunities here in Tunis. It's my first time here, and I have spent a few hours here, and I have already realized many fields where there's potential for creating new stuff. Please do it. It's the time.